Cancers. So I'm very new to this video scene, but I've been giving energy readings and tarot readings for a while now. I want to say almost 3 years, and I decided that now is the time for me to give videos and give personal videos, not like, oh, I'm not your typical reader. So I basically say what I feel when I think and when I channel Cancers, which is who I'm channeling. As far as my chart goes, I'm a Gemini sun, Cancer moon, and Gemini rising. So I get it. Let's talk about it. As soon as all the retrogrades hit, which we were already ready to start prepping for, we kind of already knew what was gonna happen. We knew the problems. We knew, okay, like, these emotional breakdowns need to stop. These freakouts need to stop. I need to garnish control on basically everything that's happening around me and not becoming overly emotional, like the stigma that we all go for. And a lot of the times you don't really see some Cancers show. So they will get upset when you say, oh, crybaby Cancer, but in all actuality, the tears are shed in different ways, whether that be mental anguish or self-sabotaging or just whatever, Cancers will do. So with the general energy, I have, I'm going to show you this app I use. I use this, I have a virtual deck because I wanted to practice my clairaudience for a while, just because I knew I could do it. And cards, yeah, they help me now, but I like to just speak as a Cancer moon, as, feeling the energies energetically just everywhere around me. But when I'm channeling Cancer, so we have the 10 of Swords. I don't know if you can't see that. I will put the link below. A lot of us got stabbed like shit in the back by people we didn't even think would ever do that to us. And we never wanted to realize the situations for what they were, because of how nurturing and loving that we are as creatures. We don't really like, at least me personally, I don't like to believe and go into situations thinking that people are evil. And this has been the biggest lesson for a lot of Cancers, is actually acknowledging that, whoa, this is kind of toxic, or whoa, I'm doing it again. I'm doing that self-sabotage thing again, where I am not listening to my logic at all. And this is what happened when we got slammed with all these retrogrades. We're going to have many retrogrades back to back to back to back. So what we really have to remember, and it will be up to us to remember, that we have control in our season right now. So if we expect the ball to drop, the balls will drop always. We don't want the balls to continue dropping when we practice for this game like so many times, to the point that we ran ourselves insane just by prepping for it. And right now, it'll just be too easy to just get stuck for 6 months in the past, of a past idea, of a past viewing, of a situation, of a person, no clarity. You're not gonna let that Cancerian intuition come through to where you know deep down what it is that you need and what you want, and you know how to get it. So how about we just follow through? We've been talking about this since fucking May. And some of us did get it done, but emotionally we're still in denial about certain things. Whereas like a lot of us didn't get the things done, and now we're kind of scrambling around trying to make sense of what the fuck you just got hit with. All these emotions, the heaviness really, and actually feeling that crybaby Cancer stigma for what it truly is. And when you feel that, it makes you very upset as to why people think it's okay to joke about that. Because as a Cancer moon and dealing with certain emotions, when I'm thrown with a lot of erratic emotions, my whole system fails, and my Gemini twins don't know what to do. They're like, we don't deal with that. We don't deal with sadness. And when we really feel that sadness, we have to ask ourselves, okay, do I cry because this is not going exactly the way I planned? Do I continue crying over spilled milk that's actually spoiled now? It's been spilled for a while and you can't even drink it anymore. Why are you tripping? These are the things that are going to come into play for a lot of different cancers in many different aspects. It could be addictions, it could be relationship, it could be your way of thinking, it could just be like this thing that we constantly go back and forth with. And like we move a little sideways, like the way cancers move sideways. So a lot of people don't understand when a crab moves like that, it's because they have to stay out of the way of danger and move in a way that the enemy will not understand, but in a way where this dynamic could self-sabotage a Cancer too, especially when a Cancer has trust issues, or especially when they've been hurt and they end up running away from the actual thing that's trying to help them. And let's just pull another card. I'm sorry, I just smoked, so let's see. Cancer, what's another thing we want to look at? The Chariot. Okay, so we do have the Chariot. There you are. The Chariot in the tarot deck is ruled by Cancer. We have to be in our element. We don't got time to sit around and talk to people about all the things and get advice anymore. No, we know, because we have the intuition now. We need to stop going to so many different outlets just to try to get information on something that we know damn well, that we felt for a while, that we knew to be true. But because we're listening to so many different people, we don't even really know what's right and what's wrong. So this could cause us to either propel very quickly into a bad situation, or this could propel us into going straight into like our destiny, our life path, whatever you want to call it, your path. We're close. We're very, 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 very close, and it's not too late. And I think when I'm picking up all of Cancer's energies, there's some of us out here who feel like it's done. What's done is done, but it's really not. And we can't play that victim role anymore. Like, when a Cancer is in their right mind, they get so much shit done. We get so much shit done. And we feel, but we feel all the beautiful emotions instead of focusing on the bad ones. And I think for a while we fell into that, especially with Gemini season and a lot of Cancers not really knowing how to compute so many different fucking conversations. It's like, what the fuck is everybody talking about? I thought we was just chilling. A moment ago. So that, because it will be chaotic. It will. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this reading. And I'll post my article below so you can get like a even in more depth like reading, because I do articles as well. But how long are you going to be stuck? It's not even karma at this point. And for those, I don't know why I said that, for those Cancers out there who think it's like karma, that's like holding you back in life and you got to sit down and wait for karma. No, karma's been gone. Karma's been done with Cancers. Cancers just kind of have like Stockholm syndrome. We can tend to fall in love with exactly what kept us stuck. And for me, that's anxiety. For me, that's control issues. For me, that was alcoholism. There were a lot of things that I knew had to fucking stop. The same thing that kept me stuck, I fell in love with. And that is the most dangerous liaison I can ever think of. To the point where you don't even know You fall in love with your captain, the one who kidnapped you. Just Kanye being Kanye. It's the man I fell in love with. We're not even gonna get into that. Y'all know what it is. I'm gonna pull another card as far as advice for us. The Ace of Wands in reversed. So what we really have to be careful of is when there are hiccups, we cannot just lose passion. When there are conversations that don't go exactly the way that you wanted, or moves that don't go the way you wanted, plans, whatever, it's no. Oh, this always happens to me. This always fucking happens. Even though I know I shouldn't be freaking out because I have like 10 other things to do, but that thing just didn't work. That's gotta go. Cancer. It's our season. Do what the fuck you want, but make sure your passion is directed. Slow and steady wins the way. Wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Seriously, I'm learning this. We can't have that chariot energy of fully running into situations when we don't fucking know what the fuck. We don't even know how we feel, or we don't even really know how to go about it, or what we'll do when we get to our destination. You have to know these things. These are things that you have to kind of sit and think about. And it's gonna fucking suck because I'm such a lover girl, and I want to have fun. I want to do all the things that you see in the movies, but the girls have work to do. I have money to make, and I have connections to build, and I have to rebuild myself as a spiritual individual, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. We have to prep because Leos are waiting for that baton. They're waiting. They're just waiting to take that shit and run and show niggas what the fuck is good. Leos don't play with that. So we want to give a good example of our season 2. So how we could do that is just be more fucking positive. Just be more positive. And it's a really simple reading. It's not even something that you don't know. And you kind of have to really think, who do I want to really become? Who do I want to be? Because I can. You have to tell yourself, I can. A lot of Cancers are secretly insecure and they mask it in different ways. Whether they post back to back to back, whether they overly flex. When you see a Cancer overly flexing, they're going through something and they're trying to understand why. And they're trying to pick themselves up. I do it all the time. It's not bad. It's actually a really good tactic, especially if you're a creative or, you are a social media influencer or whatever. You don't have to be. You can just like to talk a lot. But these are how you could really see, basically, if a Cancer is going through something, because they will never tell you. Because that shell would be so embarrassed. Because the shell would be like, we had each other. Why are you going to tell everybody that you sad for? Why are you telling everybody about what happened with you and this person and that situation and this situation and that? You don't got yourself. That's what the shell is saying to a lot of us right now. Girl, why are you crying on the suicide hotline for? No offense to people who call them. I did this and it didn't work, didn't help. I had to go within, I had to do it myself. So a lot of us have to understand that we have the shell. Oh yeah. Ironic, I won red. Oh yeah, I got a shell, bitch. Anyway, makeup palette, just be creative, and remember that you always had yourself. You always had yourself. As a Cancer, that's a mothering, nurturing, divine feminine energy within all of them, all of us. Even in the masculine, when you meet a Cancer male, they really understand that nurturing. They understand it. They may not really know how to show it, or no, they may not know how to say it, you know. So I'm talking about this because I know people like to touch upon love and stuff like that. Love will come if you want it. Love will come when you're in a positive mindset. That's all I'm going to say. If you're already in a relationship, stop tripping. It's nothing to trip about. Your intuition will be clear. Ask your dreams before you go to bed. If you want to know what's up with whoever, use your magical Cancerian fucking intuition. Pisces uses it like shit. You don't see Pisces slipping out here for long. And they won't let people know that they're tripping because they know better. They know they have themselves in their minds. So that's just what Cancer has to remember. I'll pull a final card basically because I don't want my readings to be too long. Let's see. Okay. 9 of Wands. We're close. We're close. This is the last stretch, guys. Literally. This app is called Golden Cards Tarot. I did say I'll link it, but I love it because it's still accurate. A lot of people ask me, is it different than shuffling? No, because everything is energy, and if anything was done with intent, if I'm going intentionally into this, getting advice for us fellow Cancers, that's what I'm gonna do. This is the last stretch, okay? So we have to be precise as far as what we want, as far as who we want, what job we want, what do we want to do, what do we want to see in the world, where do we want to travel, all these things we have to think about. A lot of us are getting older. A lot of us need to think about these things. And a lot of ascension is happening. And this is bringing closer the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. That's why you see a lot of couples now. That's why you see a lot of odd pairings as far as zodiacs. Like you'll see like Scorpios dating Leos, or I don't know, Capricorns dating Leos. Some of that nature, you know, like, but this, for those, I'm talking to those specifically who, because I feel like a lot of you want it. You're just not sure how to go about it. But what I will say is continue doing what you're doing, and it'll, one day you'll just wake up and be like, oh my God, I'm going to send that message, or I'm going to apply for that, or it's going to be like a eureka. And you'll know what it is because it won't feel fear-based. So clean up so you can get that message when it comes. You don't want to miss opportunities because your intuition is cluttered. Crown chakra, healing, meditations, whatever. Dreams, pay attention to them, and just woosah. Thank you.